Hello, everybody, and welcome into another edition of Inside Pitch here at the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. I'm Ben Frederickson alongside Jeff Gordon, and a little bit more happy talk about the Cardinals right now. They win 5 in a row. It helps when you're playing the Pirates and the Royals, but here they are, back tied for the division lead against the Chicago Cubs, headed into what should be a very winnable series in Cincinnati against the Reds, another bottom-tier team in what's shaking out to be what was a once competitive National League Central, now not so much, and the Reds are falling away. Now, the Cardinals also head there with Michael Wacha. We'll get into that in a bit. But Gordo, this 5-game stretch, some signs of optimism. The Cardinals bring up Randy Arozarena. He plays well. They get some positive results out of Matt Carpenter in Kansas City where he hits well. And then Jack Flaherty has just been dominant and is having one heck of a month. Yeah,
Flaherty gives them a number one. And if you get to a play-in game, which is a possibility with this team, he's your guy. He's your guy for that play-in game. He has been lights out. One of the best pitchers in the National League, not racked up the W's just because the team has not supported him with runs. That was very encouraging. Also, Dakota Hudson finally getting back on track, getting through 6 innings. Again, you're facing the Royals, but the Royals did beat up a terrible Tigers team just the weekend before. So, yeah, those are two positives. Those two young guys. But Ben, Fred, can they get in and out of the Great American Bandbox in one piece? Starting off with Michael Wacha to get back to a tougher topic.
Yeah, this is what the Cardinals have signed up for. You're going to, every time you have to go to that 5th spot in the rotation, it's going to be across your fingers, hope for the best moment. And I'm not convinced that Michael Wacha is not the best option. The problem is that he might be the best option. Yeah. You can make a case for Daniel Ponce de Leon. You can make a case for some sort of an opener arrangement, but then that could tax the bullpen in the future. This is what the Cardinals have backed themselves into by not doing anything at the trade deadline. It helps, of course, if you score more runs. Now, the Cardinals were able to score opportunistically in Kansas City, but they didn't exactly drown the Royals with offense. A lot of discussion about the lineup and how it's performing with the move to release Mark Budaska, the assistant hitting coach, as kind of a sign that the Cardinals are doubling down on Jeff Albert. What did you make of that move for the Cardinals? Kind of an interesting point in the season with fewer than 50 games left.
Whenever you unload an assistant hitting coach late in the season, that's a sign of failure and dysfunction. And it makes you wonder, the timing's odd. If there was a problem, it should have been addressed sooner. This speaks to also when you assemble a coaching staff, the manager should assemble the coaching staff and should make sure all the parts fit going into spring training. If there was a problem, it should have been addressed a long time ago. Otherwise, it just looks like you scapegoated a guy who was very popular with a lot of guys on the team and who did a great service to the organization for many years developing hitters. So not a good look.
Some yin and some yang was kind of supposed to be the deal between Jeff Albert and Mark Budaska. Albert was supposed to be the modern, video-centric, kind of new age approach, and Budaska was more old school, but not outdated. Natural feel, biomechanics. He was kind of supposed to be the 1 or 2 tips, and you take him into the cage and make it work. The Cardinals hoped those would blend. It appears they did not. Why it took them, this long to figure out it wasn't working. We'll see if they have better results now, because if you clear dysfunction and separate ideas, then you should have a better results. So we'll see if the Cardinals can get some offense going. It helps that they're in this stretch of games against teams they should beat.
It's great they've gotten a great lift from young guys, Tommy Edman, Lane Thomas, Randy A. Your guy has come up and done a great job, but still need that consistency out of Paul Goldschmidt, Paul DeYoung, Matt Carpenter. These guys are the ones that ultimately will decide the fate of this offense.
You bet. We'll see if the Cardinals can keep it rolling. For the coverage of the Cardinals in Cincinnati and all of your Cardinals coverage, keep it locked at stltoday.com. For Jeff Gordon, I'm Ben Frederickson. We'll talk to you next week.